Good morning, everyone. Hello, I'm Nicole Science, Coordinator in Region 1 ESC in the Office of College Career and Life Readiness. So happy to have you here with us today at this very important session. Mental health is such an important, vital part of our lives, and I appreciate you being here with me at Get Up Off of That Thing. So as you can tell from the title of this session, we are going to focus a bit on physical well-being and how that affects your mental health. So one question that we have and have to consider is how we design our life to ensure that we're helping ourselves emotionally, physically, socially, mentally, and otherwise. And for me personally, a big part of my mental health is connected to my physical well-being. And I don't ever consider myself, a major athlete. I was a band geek in high school. I was appreciative that I didn't have to take PE. So for me as an adult now, to see the connection between physical health and my mental health is very interesting, and it's very vital that we take care of our bodies to ensure that we're doing well as human beings and meeting our needs. So today we're going to do lots of kind of fun activities. We're going to do them together. So work. I know many of us here, whether you are in the community, whether you work at Region 1, whether you're a student, our lives seem to revolve around work a lot. We're sitting down most of the day, especially you all as students. You feel like, well, all I get to do is, when I walk, it's between classes, maybe if I have PE, but otherwise you're sitting most of the day. And for us as adults, it's very much the same thing. We're sitting most of the day. So that really also affects our well-being. And so it's very important that we take strategic breaks throughout the day. So first of all, taking a physical break. And so this can be just a quick walk. This could be a stretch at your desk. This could be just obviously something very small that can really help you to kind of reset yourself after sitting for so long. Taking also a social break. For many of us, we get so focused on what we're doing, especially as adults. We're busy, responding to emails, answering phone calls, but we're not really connecting. We're just kind of getting through the day-to-day of our job. And even you all as students, you're busy, learning and focused on what your teacher is talking about, having discussion. But it's still very important, especially after the last year and the pandemic, that we reconnect with others, whether it's through FaceTime, a phone call, a text, having those conversations with other people, especially those people that we care about, that are important to us in our lives, and kind of checking in with those around us. It really also helps us, in our overall well-being. And lastly, of course, you can take a spiritual break, whether you are, religious or you would like to spend time, meditating. It's very important that we kind of reconnect with ourselves. One thing that really helps me reconnect spiritually is connecting with nature. So I love to spend, time outdoors, even if it's just sitting down outside on your patio or taking a walk. That's a combination of both physical and spiritual breaks that we can really take that can help us to reconnect with ourselves and help kind of clear our mind from what we're doing throughout the day. And so to kind of reconnect with ourselves this morning, we want to do a quick stretch break activity. And so I want you to see that, stretch breaks aren't something that you need equipment for. It's not something super complicated. And I know sometimes we feel, well, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to take a break. Well, overall, it's going to help your mental well-being, help you to refocus, especially if you're under a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, as many of us are now and have been through the course of the pandemic. And so today, this morning, we are going to take some time to get up off of that thing. And so we're going to get up, whether you are at home, whether you're at work, to take time to stretch together. And this activity will only take a few minutes. So I know many of you feel like, well, I don't have time throughout the day. Well, you do. You have 2 or 3 minutes you can take for yourselves to reconnect. And it'll help your overall well-being. So first of all, we're going to do living on a prayer. So you'll just take your hands like you're praying, and you're just going to push downwards. And as you're pushing downwards, you're feeling stretch. I know I'm feeling it in my wrists, in my arms. And I know, so for many of us, especially the adults, you're spending so much time typing, you're on the computer, and you're kind of feeling that stress kind of in your wrists. And so it's very important that you take the time to kind of stretch that out. Like a prayer is opposite. So you're going to go upwards. So rather than downwards, upwards. And again, I know I'm feeling it. I spend so much time on the computer, and I know many of our students, you spend so much time right now. You're doing all your learning on your computer. You spend time texting, you're gaming. And so all that, stress and buildup in your muscles and your wrists and your arms, all that is there. So take a few minutes to stretch it out. Can't touch this. And I really love these activities named after songs. So can't touch this, something simple. Put your fingers together, interlace, and stretch out. And so you might want to, bend a little bit and go back and forth. I know for me, it's like rocking back and forth kind of helps to really feel it all through my back. Awesome. So now the Thriller. So yay, Michael Jackson. So what you'll do is that you're going to, behind your back, you're going to take one hand and hold the opposite wrist. And so as you're doing that and you're stretching and stretching out your shoulders, also take time to kind of stretch your neck a little bit. I know for me personally, I carry a lot of stress in my neck, in my shoulders, and so this really helps me personally to get some of that stress out. And then you'll switch. So switch your wrists and switch over to the next side. So you're feeling that there, feeling that stretch. Oh, I really feel it here on my right side. I think that's where I carry most of my stress. And so pump it up. So I know many of you have done these activities. So you'll take one of your hands and put it on your elbow, and you'll kind of just stretch over and lean over to the side. And as you're doing all these things, make sure you are breathing. I know I'm talking, kind of walking you through it, but make sure you're taking moments to breathe. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. That feels good. Good way to start the day. And you can do these activities even at home from your bed as you're getting up. Really kind of start your day in a positive way, your body feeling good. All of that will kind of set your day positively. Straight up. So just straight up. Just stretch, kind of feel for the sky. I know when we're kids, we tell our kids, straight, try and reach for the sky. That really does help to kind of stretch and get the day going. And I'm your boogeyman is just simply just rolling those shoulders back, and then to the front. And as you see, we're moving through these quickly. So you can't say, well, I can't take 2 or 3 minutes out of my day. You can do a couple of these, not that you have to do all 10 or 20 different things. Just doing a few will really help you overall to relieve that stress and reconnect with yourself. Get back something simple, just taking a seat where you are. You might want to sit on the edge of your seat or edge of your bed or edge of your couch, depending on where you are with us this morning. And just again, taking your hands, putting them on your lower back, and just stretching. Again, just stretch that. Shoulders out. Breathe. This is a good time to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then the twist, chubby checker. So take one leg, cross over, and just stretch. Turn to the side. Do that twist. And again, make sure you're breathing as you're twisting. That really helps me. I'm feeling that. Oh, it feels good. Good way to start your day. And then, of course, just shake. Shake, rattle, and roll. Shake it all out. Get it out. Get your day started. Get that stress out. Help to kind of refocus, reconnect. And again, your body is all connected. Your mind is feeling that. Just feeling that release. And so it'll really help you to refocus and continue on with your day in a positive way. And so as you see this get up off of that thing, you can just Google it if you want to see this great infographic. I really love it because the connection with music, and I love music. That music is one thing that makes me really happy and helps my overall well-being. But you can look on YouTube. There's lots of examples of different stretches you can do from your desk, from home, from school that can really help you to kind of refocus and recenter yourself. And play. I know a lot of people think, well, play is for kids. What are you talking about, play? Play is good for everyone. And so I know this infographic specifically talks about play, the benefits of it for adults, but this is true for everyone. It helps to relieve stress. It helps boost your productivity. It helps your overall emotional well-being. It helps prevent burnout, which many of us are feeling right now, whether you're a student or whether you're an adult. Many of us are burnt out and feeling that because of this long year that we've had with COVID and how we've had to readjust and completely change our lives because of this situation. So many of us are feeling burnt out. So play would really help us to kind of reconnect and help our overall well-being. And of course, it's going to refresh your mind and body. So my suggestion, of course, is create opportunities to play, whether it's a game night with your family. You think about, Chinese checkers or Scrabble or any kind of game, dominoes, or even just playing, together, a video game with your mom or your dad. It could also be an opportunity to, play outside with your pet, like the wonderful little picture. I know many people, the pets in our lives really helped us during the pandemic. I know for me personally, I welcomed a pet to my family during the pandemic, and she's really given us an opportunity to focus and play and be positive. So that's one thing as well that you can do. And of course, we want you to be safe through this process. Obviously wearing masks and different things, but of course playing really helps us to kind of refocus and kind of be young and youthful again, and find a fun way to express ourselves and connect with other people. So that also goes to the social break, being social and helping us to reconnect. And of course, in our daily lives, a lot of the times we think about sunlight. And so that's why I really wanted these slides to be yellow, because sunlight is important to us. We think not just obviously for plants, but for us. You think about your battery. Your battery, we rely so much on our mobile phones to get us through the day. We don't let our cell phones die. I mean, how often does your mobile phone die? Like, that just does not happen. We always make sure we have our charger. We know where the plug is. We walk into rooms. We don't even pay attention to exits. We pay attention to where's the plug and how can I plug in to my phone. But why do we let ourselves, if we consider ourselves like a battery, why do we let ourselves, run out? Exhaust ourselves by the end of the day or the end of the week, and you just can't kind of go on. So the same thing, think about the sun. The sun provides us with this energy. It helps us to reconnect. It helps us to feel relaxed. It helps us to feel re-energized. And so it's very important, again, to find your sunlight. Find something bright in your life that can help you to feel energized. So for some people that might be, having their morning tea or morning coffee and some like little pan dulce on the side in the morning. Some people like to start their day or end their day with prayer or meditation. That could be something that also can help them to kind of reconnect and find that peace and that joy. Reading a book or reading a comic, playing a video game with a friend or with, your sibling or your mom and dad, painting, going for a walk. As Melissa mentioned, for her in the morning, she loves walking in the morning. That helps her to find her sunlight for the day and re-energizes her for the day. So it's also very important to share this with others. So you all are here today getting this great information from all these wonderful sessions. How are you sharing this with others? So, please help others to become also self-aware. First of all, of course, consider yourself and really take a look at what you need to feel energized, but also help others to give them suggestions how they can recharge themselves. Help them also to brainstorm activities. How can you cope? And again, we talked a little bit today about the physical breaks, the spiritual, the social breaks. Those are definitely things that you can do. Our stretches that we did this morning, all those are things that can help you to kind of find your sunlight and help others. And of course, model. Do as I say and as I do. So it's very easy to tell others, take care of yourselves, and I see that you're struggling, because we care so much about others. You see your friend is struggling, you see your coworker is struggling, and so you tell them, take a break, or you bring them some coffee, or you bring them some pan dulce, and you're trying to make them feel better. But what are you doing for yourself as well? So it's important that you also consider yourself and your own needs. So be self-aware and model that truly by putting it into practice in your everyday life. Because ultimately, it's very important to find your sunlight, and whether that is through doing something physical, like the stretch breaks, or the other physical breaks, the walks throughout the day, or something spiritual, or of course something social. We definitely want you to find your sunlight, because of course we're trying to get you to get up off of that thing. So again, we have some amazing resources available to you. There's articles, there's wonderful classes, But as I said, if you want to look at examples of successful stretches or things you can do at home or at work, I suggest going onto YouTube or going onto Google and searching these things up. ACT has wonderful resources. There's a wonderful free class with Dr. Santos on Coursera, and there's wonderful articles as well that are out there. And of course, you're going to have some amazing sessions throughout the day, and great speakers that are going to provide you with guidance as to how to make this your overall well-being a huge focus of your life, because again, we want you all to be taken care of, to be well during, not just now because of the pandemic, but throughout your lives, because these are skills that you can apply to yourself as a student, as a college student, as an adult in the workplace, as a community member. All of these skills are important because we care about you and we want you all to be well through all of this. So overall, definitely want to share again that the idea of your well-being is extremely important. Sorry about that. Because it's important that you do overall unwind, that you focus and you take care of yourself. Oh. Yes, thank you. Yes. Sorry about that, I could have clicked out. That you take care of yourself and you find your sunlight. And so one thing I know for me personally is, again, as I was mentioning, is the physical activity. So a couple of years ago, I started running. And so for me, that was something that I had never or would have ever considered to be something that I would do or partake in. But what I really loved about the experience was the social connection. So for me, not an athlete, but being able to run with my coworkers, with my friends, the recognition and being part of that, that was such a huge part of the experience for me. So the idea again of finding your sunlight, it could also be traveling. And I know right now it's so important to be safe, but even if it's coming out to the local parks, we have such amazing resources here in our community. We have wonderful sites. You think of Sal del Rey, you think about SPI, you think about the wonderful parks. I'm here in Edinburgh and McAllen area right now, have amazing parks, and each of our community have these parks where you can go out and you can walk and you can reconnect with nature. Really taking that opportunity to take advantage of what's available to you. Sometimes people think, well, mental health, they think therapy, they think things that take a lot of time or may take money or resources that maybe unfortunately you might not have. But there are so many things that are out there that are for free that you can definitely take advantage of. And again, just for example, the stretching breaks and activities, those are things you can do easily at home and anywhere, anytime. So don't ever feel again, well, I need to be able to purchase resources or I don't have things available to me. You do. There's lots of things that are out there for free. And again, I put in some pictures there of nature because for me it helps me to reconnect. And I know that so many people, especially during this time, during the pandemic, we were at home, very isolated, as Melissa had mentioned in this morning, isolated from one another, even isolated from nature, because we were indoors trying to make sure, of course, that we were being safe. But again, if you just spend some time outside, reconnect with nature, reconnect with yourself, you're going to hear later on today about, yoga, a little bit about meditation. That's one thing as well that I know a lot of people think, well, it's not too physical, you're just sitting there. But it also takes time when you're breathing, when you're inhaling and exhaling, and really kind of clearing your thoughts and reconnecting with your body. So I know for me, when we're talking about these stretch breaks and the meditation, they all kind of are aligned together. It all goes back to physical. So get up off of that thing again. It's not just the physical of like running and doing stretches, but even just reconnecting with your body. I know that so many of us seem to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders, but in reality, you need to take that time for yourselves to breathe, to release, to stretch, to reconnect with others, reconnect with the world, reconnect with who we are as people. So thankful for this opportunity to share with you all, and I hope that this session that you found this session very helpful. I know that for me, again, as an adult, we sometimes learn more about ourselves than maybe we would have seen or recognized as we were students when we were younger and teenagers. And I know sometimes the teens, you think, well, I have to already be doing physical things in PE or in band or in sports. But even then, take time for yourselves to reconnect and not just do, those physical activities because your teacher or coach is telling you to, but reconnect with yourselves and your body. And for the adults who are here with us today, taking time away, even just a minute or two, to stretch, to breathe, because I know there's so much that are on our plates right now. But again, it doesn't mean you don't have time to reconnect with who you are as an individual, as a person, because I know it's very easy to get caught up in what's going on in here and lose track of what's going on here with our physical self. So again, thank you so much. Please feel free to reach out if you want to learn more, and we'll be here throughout the day. So have a great, wonderful day, rest of your day, everyone. Thank you.